That thing fat.
What fat? What fat?
I'm on YouTube.
Weezy, leave them white girls alone,
I'm
Weezy. Let that nigga know Florida.
man.
Let that nigga know Florida. Oh, them niggas in the playoffs. Oh, you get better.
Yeah.
You get better. Niggas be playing, Ty. You need to get better. That nigga Leak beat you.
This nigga see me at Mexico.
Waco, you can't fuck with me. You need to stop. Nah, who the hell fat? I ain't fat,
Hey,
man.
wait, did I be in cousin?
Yeah, that's his nephew or something like that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That nigga so weak. Waco so garbage, man. It's crazy, bro.
we, yeah.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the beautiful city of Seattle. We welcome you inside Lumen Field, the home of the Seahawks. Three games decided, three more to come this wild card weekend. And off we go on this fine Sunday. And that one will not be returned over the back line of the end zone, so the offense will get the ball at a decent spot, the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. The runner here, it is the rookie from Tennessee. And his initial touch, good for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll find his tight end. That's Jake Ferguson.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
A big-time play for the Bears. 36 yards.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. Now a run on 1st down. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. On the ground, it's the tight end. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. He knocks it through. And the Bears will jump out to a 7-0 lead here on Super Wild Card Weekend. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Here comes the third-year man out of Michigan State, Kenneth Walker. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Once again, it's Walker. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Cup in motion. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. His first catch of the wild card game, and good for a 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Walker. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
So you're on the sideline and you're watching the other team go right down the field and score on their first drive. As a play caller, you have to be careful that it doesn't throw you out of your initial plan coming into the game. They wanted to establish some ground game here early, and that's exactly what they did.
The motion man is Johnson. Keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Back to throw. A throw on the move is caught. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He gets that to his big target fast. His first catch of the wild card game, and good for a 1st down.
We've now seen this quarterback show that he can beat you from both inside and now outside of the pocket. The ability to use his legs to flush out and buy time for his receivers. They uncover downfield, leads to a big pickup.
The run up the middle, it's Walker. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So after one, here on Super Wild Card Weekend, it's the Bears off to the early lead. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Touchdown, Seahawks.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Myers, good on the extra point. And the Seahawks come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take up.
We gotta play some D, baby. Gotta play some D.
30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Down inside the 10. And he will get into the end zone. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Chicago. Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears will move out to a 14-7 lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And a pickup of 3 or maybe 4. T.J. Edwards there on the stop. Here's 2nd and 6. Cup in motion. On 2nd down, Walker. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. Now they'll set up to throw. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the 1st down.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the 1st down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
Here's Walker. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Now this time they'll look to throw. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the 1st down. It's a 1st down and a gain of 16. First and 10. On the handoff, this is Walker. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They'll run here with Walker. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. Here's a handoff to Walker. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out. The Bears have it. Talk about a big swing there. The offense was driving, had it in the red zone, looking to score. Not only does the defense stop them, Greg, they get the ball back and they improve the field position with a nice fumble return.
And what a change of events. You find yourself defending your own side of the field, and next thing you know, you scoop. For a minute, it looked like there was going to be a score, but either way, running out of gas, he sets his offense up in a great situation. There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice game to his tight end.
He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing on 1st down, it's Williams. 2 straight hookups. This one good for 10 yards.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in this second quarter. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Throw it again. It's Williams. He's going to tuck it and go. The Bears are going to be set up. 1st and goal. He's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 and just enough to move the chains. Off play action. Here's Williams.
Come the fuck on, man.
Caught by the tight end. Cole Kmet. Touchdown, Bears. Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears will take a 21-7 lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. He keeps it himself. Taking advantage of the room to run. A gain of 19 on the scramble. They'll look to throw. This one complete to his tight end fan. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
Cup in motion. Picked off by Kyler Gordon. Accelerating toward midfield. Inside the 20. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Chicago. And they extend the lead. The defense joining the party. A pick 6 for a touchdown. Greg, they are extending this lead out.
Yeah, now you've just seen both sides just make their impact felt here in the first half. The offense has done their part, and now it's the defense that is able to capitalize on the turnover and take it all the way back for the pick 6.
Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Who survives? Whose season continues on to next week? One half to decide it. Time for the 3rd quarter of the NFC wildcard game. The tight end Fant in motion. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They run with Walker. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
On play action, he'll set up to throw.
Oh,
And that is incomplete. Deontay Johnson, the intended target there. And now it's 4th down.
We see this time and time again in the NFL, Mike. You want to play quarterback at this level, you better figure out a way to be able to bounce back following a bad throw, a bad series, a bad game. And in this case, he's got to bounce back from a pick on the last drive, and he's got to find himself some easy completions and settle himself back into this one.
And off the deflection, it is taken in.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he...
Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback, extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
He's got it! And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays, and after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. And it'll lead to a 2nd and goal.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
This one is hauled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes. Touchdown, Bears. Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears will extend this 3rd quarter lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up here 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. We'll try and run it with Walker. And he's got it. It'll move the chains. 1st down at the 47. Blitz coming. He'll throw it.
Get the fuck out of it.
Quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Connected with the tight end. That's fast. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the third quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll tuck it and take off. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a first down.
And this has been a familiar sight all day today for this defense. They have no answer for this quarterback as a runner. That last scramble puts him over 100 yards for the day.
Now, faking the give. He'll get this complete to Walker. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. On the ground, it's Walker. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are...
Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Bears have it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up, against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just...
Oh, he's going to be swarmed under, right in the end zone. It's a safety. And that's the first thought in your mind, running a play from the one. If you're the defense, trap them back behind the line, get a safety, and that's exactly what they do with the good stop there.
This is one of those situations, Mike, where the defense really understands what's coming. They know the offensive point of view is to just try to give themselves a little breathing room, move it away from the goal line, and in this case, they're able to capitalize, make the tackle for loss, and it leads to the safety.
To the air now on 1st and 10. He's got the connection. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. So 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now this looks like a design run. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the first down. Shotgun snap.
Get the fuck out.
Is intercepted. And the Bears will have great field position as they take over at their own 45.
Mike, doesn't it just seem like year in and year out, especially on the defensive side of the ball, there's these late round players that kind of burst onto the scene out of nowhere, and there's a reason this guy fell in the draft. But I'll tell you what, he has shown a ton of growth so far this year, and he continues to make his presence felt in the back end of this defense.
Oh, he's got a man wide open. It's Odunze. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Well, I think one thing's for sure, Mike. I don't think we're seeing an offense that is comfortable with this late lead. They're continuing to put pressure on the defense and say, hey, I don't care how much we're up by. We're going to continue to execute our passing game, and if there's opportunities downfield, we're going to continue to take them.
That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on them early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it. think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
Now a 3rd and 2. Try to pick this one up on the
Oh,
ground.
you got to be kidding me,
He
man.
is in. Touchdown, Chicago. On is Santos for the PAT. His kick is good. And the Bears add on to their already sizable lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Picked off by Jalen Watson. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. And now it's a flip back to the kicker. It's a fake. And he's going to take this into the end zone. I wasn't sure we'd ever see a fake extra point again. But this one works. So instead of 1, they get 2. We'll see a return here from his own end zone. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line.
You know what it is. Take it to the house. Let's go now. Baby, this is what you get paid for.
Now Walker. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. We try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Damone Clark.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
That is hauled in at the 5. And he is going to be out of bounds. That is a gain of 20. And what a chance now. 1st and goal coming up. A play fake. Now Williams. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Touchdown, Bears. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. And not Not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Just watch the speed of the pursuit out of this safety on this tackle, Mike. His ability to play from depth and attack the line of scrimmage and meet that ball carrier in the hole and keep him to no gain. You don't see a lot of safeties able to make that tackle in the open field. That's pretty impressive.
Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears stretch things out even further. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Right back to the air following that pick 6. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, the one he was looking for. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Here's 3rd and 7. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
And he's going to have the Seahawks, and he's going to have the Jets.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
Once again, it's Walker. Not much. 2nd and long coming up. Straight ahead, it's Walker. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple. So this one, a win for the visiting Bears as they are moving on. They got into the playoffs as a wild card. They get the win away from home in the opening round. Now they'll regroup and get ready for the divisional round next weekend. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.